Welcome to UMSL Libraries Tutorials. In this video, we'll talk about how to craft an effective search string to use in a library search tool or database. In other words, what do you type in the search bar so that you get relevant results? We'll cover how to identify keywords, how to use Boolean operators and or, and how to put these parts together using parentheses and quotation marks. Step 1 is to look at your research question and identify keywords. Keywords represent the most important parts of your question. When you type these words into a library search tool, it will look for these words in the title, authors, abstract or summary, subject terms, and sometimes the full text. If there is a match, the resource will show up in your search results. Let's say you're working on a research paper. Your research question is, how does social media impact teenagers' mental health? The most important parts of this question are the concepts social media, teenagers, and mental health. These are your keywords that you can type into a library search tool. You can ignore the rest of the words in our question. When you have more than one keyword, you can connect them with the word and. And is an operator that tells the search that you're looking for resources about more than one thing. Start with your first two keywords, social media and teenagers. When you type them this way into the search bar, the search tool knows to look for books, articles, and other materials that cover both topics. With this search, we get over 1 million results. We can see from the titles that they are relevant to our topic. Each time you add a keyword, you narrow your search results. Let's add our last keyword, mental health, to our search. Now we have over 300,000 results. We are telling the search that we want results that talk about 3 things instead of 2, so there are fewer results to search through. Another way to narrow your search is to use quotation marks. When you use quotes, the search tool looks for that exact phrase, rather than searching for the words separately. Quotes are useful for phrases of 2 or more words. In our sample search, we can place social media and mental health in quotes. Now we have even fewer results to sift through. What if you aren't finding enough relevant results? You can brainstorm alternative terms the researchers might use to talk about your topic. These words could be synonyms, like saying felines as well as cats. Or they could be words that are more loosely related to our keywords. Research about Missouri could still be relevant to a research topic about St. Louis. Research about pollution or deforestation could be relevant to a research question about the environment. Let's look at our sample topic. In addition to social media, we could search for results about specific social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. In addition to teenagers, we could say adolescents, youth, or young adults. In addition to mental health, we could specify concerns like anxiety or depression. You can include these alternative terms in your search by using the operator or and parentheses. Here is our original search string. To include specific social media platforms, we include our original keyword, social media, in parentheses, with our new alternative terms connected by the word or. Now we are telling the search that we want materials that talk about either social media or Instagram or TikTok, as well as teenagers and mental health. Each time we add a new alternative term with the word or, we are giving the search more words to match with, which means we should have a higher number of results. You can add alternative terms to any or all of your keywords. For a more complex search, we can add in our alternative terms for teenagers and mental health. This search will give us an even higher number of results. Remember that we search library tools a bit differently than a general search engine like Google. Identifying keywords, using operators and or, and using punctuation like parentheses and quotation marks will help you talk to a library search tool in a language it can understand. If you are still struggling to find relevant results for your research topic, reach out to a librarian. We are happy to help you craft an effective search.